Hello guys and welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan in my apartment again. Now we've got a story that's been sent in about a massage girl that somebody kind of got besotted over. It's a nice little story guys, so let's roll the intro and let's talk about this subscriber's story in Old Phuket town. Hi Dan, I'm sending you this as I haven't heard from Netflix producers reaching out with offers to buy my story. Can you imagine the story below being narrated by Morgan Freeman and with Kit Harington playing me and Anna D. Armas playing the girl I'll tell you about? Blockbuster, baby. Okay, not a story per se, but an analysis on one of the multiple sexercise sessions I had in Old Phuket town last November. I've kept all the line contacts of the girls I met in Phuket and Koh Samui. I guess I'm holding on to my good memories. Most probably it is Thailand working its magic on you, making you want to go back for more, as I have done already 4 times to date. Vacations with family in Bangkok and Pattaya in 96 and 2004. Business trip to Phuket in 07 and business and vacation this year 2022. I have been to over 26 countries and Thailand keeps me coming back again and again. I wonder why, wink wink. This despite having the feeling that based on what I saw in Phuket and Koh Samui this year, the best of Thailand is behind us. There were way younger, hotter girls at much better prices right and left back in 2007 versus stuck up, chubby, tattooed skunks glued to their phones and charging an arm and leg now. Where have the hotties gone? Online? The Middle East? Still back home looking after buffaloes? Out of curiosity and still under the spell of the land of smiles, I contacted one of the girls I spent time with at a body-to-body massage place via line. She goes as Kay and was really good to me. Kay is in her mid to late 20s, petite type from Isan with a rather fair complexion and decent assets. She was friendly, talkative, attentive and just awesome at her key mission. There were around 10 girls sitting in a fishbowl at this body-to-body massage place in the outskirts of Old Phuket town, and only 2 met my requirements. A voluptuous one who looked a tad menacing, and Kay, friendly looking with very modest assets but with a very pretty face and a girl next door type charm, I'd say. She was the exact type I would usually fall for. So I went for Kay, who was number 198, if I remember correctly. There were like 10 girls there, so I wonder where the other 188 were hiding. As soon as I made my choice, the manager leaned towards me to whisper in my ear, questioning why I picked Kay when others were better endowed and allegedly had much better massage skills. I am not really sure how it works, but I can see shop managers promoting girls that have not made money that day or the ones that command a higher price. No idea about the shop dynamics or their business model. It was late afternoon and they all charged the same. So was he pushing the veterans first or saving the newbies for last? You have milliseconds to process all this info in your head, you know. How does he know? Anyway, I wondered. Has he tried them all? It's not like he runs customer satisfaction surveys or like they have a training program, is it? Let me be the judge. Anyway, How rude of him to undermine her assets and skills, I thought. How dare he put down his own staff like that in front of a customer? I'm in human resources. So I had a thing or two to say to him, but I reminded myself I was on holiday and would not dispense managerial advice for free either. Where did this guy study people management? I would have chosen her many times over rather than the tattooed Miss Piggies sitting next to her. I didn't see a framed sign with a personal mission statement saying, "We cherish family values here at Kinky Kitten, body to body massage," made up name, anywhere on the walls. I stood my ground and told him she'd be my choice, and that was that, my friend. Kay noticed what was happening, but smiled and eagerly stood up to collect her things and meet me at the entrance. It was a short 1-minute walk to a hotel across the street, which made me feel apprehensive, but Kay lovingly held my hand and caressed my arm, telling me the rooms in the shop were being remodelled and engaging in small talk to make me feel at ease. That was a very memorable session indeed. It also felt great to prove management wrong. I'd name Kay Employee of the Month happily, anytime. 2,000 baht plus a 300 baht tip were money well spent in my view. I had my pick of the litter, sort of speak, and was more than happy with it. Now, Kay was so charming and good at her trade that I decided to reach out via line later that week, thanking her again for her time and kindness and telling her I wanted to visit her a second time and if she was going to be around. I also wanted to know her hours. Note that I didn't mention spending a longer time with her simply because I had other plans and didn't have much time left in town anyway. It's a 90-minute, 800 baht ride to and from Patong Beach where I was based. Unfortunately, I had an all-day island hopping tour my last full day in Phuket and was to fly to Koh Samui very early the next morning. I did have one afternoon and evening open, but I didn't want to rush either. My assumption was that I'd have to go to her shop, pay to take her out rather than asking her to just come over to Patong with me covering all expenses, of course. Money was no issue, by the way. Unluckily, she told me she was out on the rag the rest of the week. All kinds of questions came to my mind. Is she married? Is that true? Is it ugly? Me she does not want to be with again? Is that a part-time gig? Does she have kids to look after? Or maybe that was it. Can't fight nature, can you? Deserved free time for her, I guess. What a shame, I thought, as I found her late in my lady-seeking explorations. Call me a sicko, but part of the excitement about woman hunting in Thailand is walking into a massage place, bar or club, and not knowing what you will find. In the words of Forrest Gump, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. One of my best memories of old Thailand was walking into a club along Bangla Road in 2007 and feeling like a kid in a candy shop. Oh my, cuties all around. Some giving you the eye already, smiling and waving for a second or two as to not to be so conspicuous. I just couldn't believe my eyes. So many choices, so little time as well. Hot mamas galore. A petite stunner in a white short top and miniskirt smiled shyly. I walked over to her table, said hello, and it was game on. Great smile and demeanour. After some small talk to my very undiplomatic question of how much, smiling and in her very limited English, she replied with some magic words I haven't heard again since or forgotten to this day. How much you can give. Anything you can give. I spend any time with you. I'll leave that story for another day, but I reminisce about that time with a sigh, as opposed to what I saw in Phuket and Koh Samui recently. More of an uninterested, unresponsive, unattractive bunch glued to their phones with a list of demands and conditions, charging whatever came to mind Ah, the good old times. Talking about the female offering, my trip to the Land of Smiles trip so far had been disappointing. So it was nice to come across Kay and leave that establishment with a broad smile on my face. I was happy to find her, but sad it would have been nice to have her show me around for a couple of days if possible. I must share that my late mum was a staunch Catholic who grew up poor and illiterate, having to raise her brothers and sisters while my grandparents, both subsistence farmers, worked in the fields. My mum was probably rolling in her grave for what I was doing in Thailand. I remember she often chastised my teenage sister who, on top of falling off the ugly tree and hitting every branch on the way down, she had a sour, unfriendly attitude about her. Mum often told us, my brothers and sisters, that in her situation growing up so poor, becoming a working girl was an option, but her religious values just did not allow it. Plus, even working girls need to put on an act and be charming. As she used to say, charm and a good attitude go a long way, whether you are serving tables, cleaning floors, or doing what these girls do. In the same way, I have always been polite, friendly, and respectful to these ladies. Having grown up in a developing country myself and having some understanding of their challenges, I really appreciated Kay's disposition given her circumstances. To be honest, I've been thinking about Kay a lot since coming back home, yet reality bites. If I can get philosophical here, I wondered why such a pretty nice thing would be in a place like that. I reached out to her via line and told her a white lie, sharing that I might go to Thailand again late January or February, and if she'd be available to spend a few days together. Actually, not a total lie, since I might actually go to Cambodia. I have some downtime the next two business quarters and was told by my company that I have to use some of my remaining holidays for 2022 and new days off for 2023. Kay replied quickly and said she'd be happy to, and that to just let her know. Part of me wants to keep the memory alive, cherishing the good time we spent together, albeit a purely business transaction and a random alignment of stars. She was one of various girls I met, and I am one of many guys for her as well. She, however, managed to stand out from the rest. In a way, listening to all the stories on your channel and how some of these relationships started, I was curious about whether she'd eventually ask for help or money. But after interacting for some weeks, that has not happened. To be honest, it's not like we are friends or anything like that. She has replied and followed up quickly, but has not made an effort to get to know me, neither have I. I asked her for her Instagram account, which she shared. She is way, way more attractive than I remember. See a pic of her below, but for your eyes only, Dan. The pictures show her with various female friends on the beach, having dinner or drinks or shopping. No pictures of guys whatsoever, no pics of kids either. I didn't check the posting dates, but the picture looked like that of much better times. I guess one thing is getting dolled up to have fun with friends, and another is having to sit in a fishbowl waiting for a customer and having to shower a few times a day. Maybe she uses the pics to share on her dating profiles. Who knows? We pleasure seekers tend to forget these girls have lives and they're not just a piece of flesh on top or below us for a few minutes of pleasure. Plus the reality is that you're not the one and only, no matter how much we wish it was the case. Part of me wants to see Kay as a real person rather than someone sitting on a red couch waiting to be picked like a commodity. I'd like to think she has dreams and aspirations and wants to be happy like any of us. Let me say that I now partly understand why some guys fall for Thai working girls. There are still some loving, caring ones left, or at least they pretend to be. It may be the realization that I'm back and facing celibacy again for who knows how long. By the way, I've been in a sexless relationship for years and with authorization to party as long as I take precautions. But I even found myself fantasizing about the possibility of visiting Siem Reap. Cambodia for a few days and having Kay fly over to spend time together again. My rational mind kicks in. Feet back on the ground, I recognise that I'm not out looking for a relationship, plus a go-go bar, a massage parlour or a girly bar would be terrible places to start. I've concluded that if I was unattached and living in Thailand or planning to retire there, I'd probably fall for someone like her. Many foreigners falling for Thai women aspire to be the white knight in shiny armour, with pernicious consequences. I'm not saying some can't be turned around. The Japanese believe that a broken vase can be mended with gold, becoming even more precious. In most cases, however, these girls are damaged goods with way too much baggage and already beyond repair. Not sure I could ever have a serious relationship with someone like Kay anyway, no matter how much I dream about her. I'll keep reminiscing about my good times in Thailand and hoping to get back as I get older and gravity works against me. God bless Thailand. I'll let you know if I hear from Netflix. All the best, Dan, and greetings from Japan. Harry. Alright guys, it sounds like Harry got absolutely besotted with Kay, and every day here in Thailand there is always somebody falling for a massage girl, a freelancer, a bar girl, a go-go girl. There's always somebody falling for a particular woman that they shouldn't really be falling for. But when people come here on their holidays, they are the type of women that they are mixing with. So it's inevitable that one of them is going to catch their eye and they're going to fall deep and hard. Now, a lot of women will ask for money straight away from you, and a lot of women nowadays, especially the smart ones, the professionals, they will bide their time because they're after big money or they're after a better life, and maybe hoping that you're going to fall madly in love and maybe take that woman to your own country and take care of her and send money back to her family, etc. Okay guys, if you've got a story that you wish to share on the channel, please send an email into thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com, and hopefully with the next time we can read your story out on the channel. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you all again very soon. Ciao for now.